Hi everyone, this is Menz here, playing the Tier 6 Japanese Battleship, the Fuso, on World of Warships beta. Now, you can find World of Warships guides and articles on my new website, menzgaming.com. Wakuru is still going to be for World of Tanks, just not any other games I'll be covering. Alright, just taking a peek at where I want to head. I'm probably going to head left, just because the other battleships are closer to that other side. Now, something I notice a lot of people do, they fire off their scout planes, which a lot of the higher tiers, especially battleships, have. You can see down the bottom, you press T for that. Y's battleship perk, you can repair X amount of damage a few times a match. And then R's the normal repair. I notice a lot of people tap it in the beginning of the match, and your plane only stays up for so long, plus you only have 3 of them, I believe. So if they get shot down, you don't have any more. But it varies ship to ship, depending on what ship you have, how many planes you carry. Alright, so nobody seems to be heading this way, which is a little scary because there are quite a few destroyers, so I'm going to have to be a little careful there. But I find it's a little better since everybody launches their scout planes at the beginning. Hold on to them for a little bit. Wait until you at least get, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes into the match and then launch it off. Now, this isn't the best side for a battleship to go on. There's a lot of islands for destroyers to use as cover, and I don't exactly want to be caught here alone. So I'm going to keep my distance for now. But I can't leave this open. If I do, they're just going to come right in and be able to flank us very easily and get into our base. So it's just unfortunate no one's over here to help me. Alright, so I'm going to pop my plane off now. Just because if there's destroyers out where I'm aiming here, I'm not going to be able to see them. My plane might have a little better luck if it happens to fly that way. You can't control scouts, unfortunately, so it's a little bit of a downer. So they just kind of fly around you. You don't have any control over where they actually go. So almost no chance of me hitting that destroyer there. Which they're just flying right into all that anti-air, that carrier. That's a pretty stupid move. Just waiting to see how much this guy turns. I don't know if I'll hit that Cleveland, but you never know. Doesn't look like I hit him. Okay, so it looks like that Cleveland, he's going to start heading to where I'm going to be heading. I have at least 1 destroyer coming with me, so that's helpful. Still not out of the woods as far as the enemy destroyers. They could still be out here, so I really have to just keep my eyes peeled. At least my little scout plane flew in between those islands there. So I'm at least good up to there. We do have that enemy cruiser still heading straight up, which there's actually a battleship behind him too. A little bit of a concern, but nothing we can't come back from. Now, heading from the Congo to the Fuso, you do lose quite a bit of speed. You're a lot slower, but you do gain about 100 millimeters of armor, which is a plus. Now, yeah, there is a destroyer coming through with those cruisers, so I'm actually going to start turning around. I probably should have before, but I still wanted to hold out hope that I would see these guys kind of alter their path. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to turn around because they're just going to go right into our base, which, of course, there's a destroyer in front of me with the smoke. And there's that Cleveland. Just going to take a couple shots at him. Just got to be careful where I'm turning. I don't want to hit that island because I'm not going to be able to go around it. Now, Cleveland's have a ton of firepower. I just have no idea where this guy is. Just gonna repair a little bit there. Okay, so there's also Omaha with him. Rule of thumb in World of Warships, always go back to your base. I should have turned around about 30 seconds prior to me doing it. Okay, there's still this guy out here. And I do have to worry about this destroyer. But more importantly, the Cleveland I am more worried about. But there's also a battleship. I'm kind of screwed here as far as tons of enemies around me. Gotta worry about this battleship. He's got really good shots on me. So yeah, he's my primary concern. Granted, that Cleveland's going to do a lot of damage to me as well. I'm not going to worry about him until I have to reset the cap. But this Congo, he's slowly getting his guns around on me. I'll wait for his Cleveland to shoot me one more time. Gonna repair. Now I'll worry about hitting him. Which he's trying to get around me so my guns can't keep up, so I need to start turning. Secondaries start hitting them. Okay, now he's going to start trying to turn around me. So I get one more nice hit on him. My secondary should take him out. Or I'll just finish him off here. Okay, so that kind of worked out. I took a lot of damage in the process. But regardless, our base is safe for now. Nah, I let him a little too much there. I was thinking about 13 kilometers. He's gonna try to dodge these torpedoes, and he's gonna get hit by at least one of them. Can't believe I missed all of those. I should be able to hit him here. I like that he's kind of ignoring me now. That helps me out. He could have almost finished me off by now. Couple more hits and I should be able to get him here. Always want to use AP against battleships. Alright, so there goes that guy. So they at least have one battleship over there. Just want to make sure there's not anyone else over there. So I'm just going to start heading towards their base. We don't have... there's 8 minutes 40 seconds, but still not a ton of time to chase everyone down, which that carrier could take at least 8 minutes for me just to sail over to him. At least this battleship's coming into my range right about now. Never mind, their carrier is pretty close. That's definitely fired at me, it looks like. Yeah, I should be firing HE at this guy, however... I have AP loaded. I don't know if I led him right. I never can judge frickin' carriers right at long range for some reason. He's most likely gonna try to get me here. No, he went for the destroyer. Which makes sense, but at the same time, probably would have been better off trying to kill me. Let's just kind of blanket some rounds over here, just for... see if I can get lucky and hit this destroyer once. But he was destroyed, so don't need to worry about that now. But as far as the battleship kind of heal, with that Y button down there, you only can use it, I believe, 4 times. So I think this might be my last. I'm not exactly keeping too close count. But at the same time, yeah, it's a little unfair, but I get why it's in the game. Okay, this guy's actually... didn't expect him to go that way. Hopefully he ran aground now. But, yeah, it's a little unfair, but the reload's long enough on it where it's not, like, overpowered anyway, where you're gonna be able to heal yourself while under fire. It just helps battleships survive a little longer because they usually have the most fire incoming and torpedoes and dive bombers and whatnot. So I do think that they kind of do deserve it. But at the same time, it is nice having the heal thing, because in long matches later on, it does help out a lot compared to if you're in a cruiser, you couldn't heal your ship. But as far as the tier 6 Fuso over to Congo, yeah, you lose quite a bit of mobility. I believe you lose about 6 or 7 knots off your average top speed. But at the same time, firepower, you have a lot more, and your armor, you gain quite a bit of it. So you're going to be fairly well off as far as surviving a lot of damage incoming, much more than if you're in a Congo, which is all Battleship is about as far as I'm concerned, soaking up damage and dealing massive shots in return. So overall, pretty decent match, middle of the pack kind of. The Omaha did a great job, even though he was just a tier 5. It's one good thing about World of Warships. Even if you're tier 5, you are very deadly against tier 6, tier 7 ships. It's not like World of Tanks where each tier is completely has no chance against a higher tier at times. In World of Warships, it's a little more balanced. You can definitely say a tier 5 Congo could definitely take on a tier 6 Fuso. It just needs to play to its strengths, because World of Warships is very balanced in that way, and it's one of my favorite parts of it. So overall, decent amount of damage. My secondary did a little bit. I received a lot of AP damage, which is good because a lot of people use AP against battleships because HE isn't going to do a ton of damage. It'll cause fires and annoy you, but not kill you outright. But like I was saying, one of my favorite things about World of Warships is the tiers. They're balanced pretty well because they base HP largely off of displacement as far as survivability goes. Your combat capability is your health points, and as far, I think it's health points, yeah. And they base that off of the size and displacement of your ship. So even if you're a tier lower, you could have more HP than a higher tier. And as far as balance goes, they're fairly well balanced. It's the destroyers right now that are a little annoying because they're invisible oftentimes, and their torpedoes still can do a ton of damage, but you can't see them even outside of their smoke screens at certain ranges. So while the balance is nice between tiers, they still have to get the balance between ship classes down a little bit. But they are close, and this tier 6 Fuso is definitely a great battleship. I like it much more than the Congo just because it can survive a bit more against a lot of fire incoming at it, because you do have quite, as you see here, your armor 6 through 305 millimeters. So that's on your Citadel area. Basically, Citadel starts at the front of this turret, and your rear turret is your Citadel. And that's where all your important parts of your ship are, like the powder magazines, the propulsion system, and the actual, they classify as the Citadel area, encompasses all of that. So any shots that penetrate here cause a lot of damage. Now you bump down to the Congo, and armor-wise, 203 millimeters max for the gun casemate, and the Citadel maximum 121 millimeters. So you're going to be losing quite a bit of armor on the Congo compared to the Fuso. Now the Congo's Citadel starts up here, ends here, but there's also this rear turret here, but I'm unsure if it actually, this part matters as far as the Citadel. Could be wrong, but I don't think it does. I think it ends right about here. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com for World of Tanks, and menzgaming.com/World of Warships for World of Warships content, articles, and guides. Thanks for watching.